Today we're going to talk about basic airway adjuncts. We'll talk about a few different things. We'll talk about OPAs, oropharyngeal airways, and we'll talk about NPAs, nasopharyngeal airways. But before we get to that, let's talk quickly about positioning, because this is a really important step in all airways. So the first thing we're going to do is try and position our patient correctly so that they've got a nice, clear, patent airway. To do that, we're going to need a towel, blanket, it depends on the size of the patient. But what we want to do is line up the suprasternal notch with the external auditory meatus, otherwise the notch at the top of your chest there to your ear hole, basically. So to do that, we're going to lift our patient up and pop our pillow or blanket, whatever we've got down, and that's about even. I'm going to check into the patient's airways. Visually, I can see quite well, but I can also do my triple airway maneuver, pushing the jaw down, and I can see quite clearly into the airway that there's no obstruction. So if I've got an unconscious patient and I decide that I want to put in an airway adjunct, I've got those two choices, the OPA, the NPA. Generally, we prefer the OPA. We'd only really go for the NPA if we needed to. For example, if the patient had trismus or some sort of jaw injury that prevented us doing that. So the first thing we need to do is size it up. So I've got a little PD one here, so you can see, we want to go from the corner of the nose to the earlobe there. We can see that's way too small. Go to the next size up, getting closer but still not quite there. Next size up, and we can see that's the right size. When we're inserting this, we want to scoop the tongue out of the way. So you pop it in backwards and then give it a twist, and that keeps the tongue out of the way. Bring it in slowly, and then we've got it nice and centered. So that's holding onto the patient's tongue, stopping that occluding the back of the airway. If we were going to give some assisted ventilations, we can take our BVM, our bag valve mask, pop it over the patient's nose. Now, when I'm holding this, I want to make sure that I'm getting a really good seal on the patient. So I can use my CM grip, otherwise known as the CE grip. C and M under the jaw there, and really clamp it tight. So when I start to provide those ventilations, you can see there the lungs are moving perfectly. If I was to simulate not having a good seal, for example, you can see lungs are hardly moving at all. So it's really important that we get that aspect of it right, a nice tight grip. If you're having trouble, you can always get your partner to do a double-handed grip for you like that, which is, depending on people's anatomy, sometimes you do need to do that. If, for example, our patient had trismus or something else like that, we might go with an NPA. It's pretty much the same principle. It's supposed to sit at the back of the tongue, but obviously we're going through the nose this time. So we would use our little lube packet. I'm not going to do it because it wrecks the mannequins, but in real life, we pop some lube on the end of that. And we want to inspect the nose, find the larger. In this case, it looks like right here we've got the larger one. We want to put the bevel towards the septum and insert slowly. Now, often you have to sort of give it a little twist to get it in, and it should sit flush there. And again, if I wanted to do my assisted ventilations, then I could use that. And once again. So those are our options for our BLS airways.